Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So now that we're done with the DNS and also the DHCP and the certificate, so now it's time for us to set up these different users. Okay, so the setup that we're going to do, which is our users, we're gonna use it to exploit this machine. So now let's go ahead and add this like new user that we will be, the administrator of our domain control. Okay, so that's what we're gonna be working on today, and let's go ahead and just jump right into our server manager dashboard. That's where we left on, and now we're just gonna configure these different users. All right, let's go. Okay, so the first step we want to do is we want to go to our start menu and then expand the window administrator tool and go to Active Directory. Right click where it said like add AD lab. That's the first step we're gonna do. Okay, so let me walk you through it right here. So you go to the start menu and expand Windows Administrator tool and go to Active Directory. All right, so here and here, Active Directory users. Okay, now as you can see, we are here in our AD lab. Now first thing you want to do, you want to right click on this on this AD lab. Okay, so when you right click on it, it should show you exactly new, and then you go to new, and then you go down to user. Okay, so you go to user, click on user, and then add your first user here. So you can choose whatever you want, and make sure to remember the username and also remember the password, because we're going to log back in with this new user that we are going to create. Okay, so now here you want to make sure to put the name. For example, mine is going to be Mara, and the last name I'm going to choose Cyber. Okay, just easy for me to remember exactly what I'm gonna, when I have there, what I have there. Okay, so you do Mara Cyber, and then here user login name is gonna be Mara Cyber. Okay, so that's exactly what we need. Let me just clear here, Mara Cyber. Okay, so here you don't have a space, and then now when you're done, look, make sure everything is good, and then you want to click on next, and then here you want to choose your password, and also make sure to remember the password. Okay, so you want to type here the new password that you're creating, and when you're done with the first one, you confirm the password, and when you're done confirming, you must uncheck the user must change the password for next login. So we need to uncheck that first, and then you want to check password never expire, and when you're done, you click on next and then finish. Okay, so as you can see, we have our first user right here, Mara Cyber user. Okay, so now let's go back again and right click on it, and then go into user. We want to get inside of user. Okay, and go all the way down where, let's see, user, and then you want to go down where it said, let's see, create user, and said that click password confirm, and then check password. The next thing, let's see here, have it notes here. I want to make sure that I got it all the information right. So you want to go to a domain administrator. That's what you want to click. Okay, you want to click on domain administrator, and when you come to domain administrator, and here we just want to make sure that we have the new members. So now you want to click on members, and then you want to click on add. So we're adding just the one that we just created, we're adding it inside of domain administrator. Okay, AD lab. So you would click on add, and then you type the name that you created. Okay, so Mara, and here we wanna make sure that we have that one we created inside of our AD lab. So that's the reason why we here. So you type Mara Cyber, and then you do check name. There you go. So after you check it, we have it. So now you click OK. So we already added here, and then you click on apply, and then click on OK. There you go. So now that one that we created, which is Mara Cyber, is already added into our administrator. That's the reason why we did that. Okay, so now what we want to do, we want to restart this machine and then log back in with the one that we just created, which is Mara. So you want to come here and then restart the machine, and you're gonna be logging back in with the Mara Cyber Mara Cyber. So you, whatever you choose, you can log back in with that new user that you created. Okay, so if it's a little bit confusing, you have to go back and watch it again to kind of understand exactly. Okay, so now here you got to go to all the users, and then here we want to type that one that we just created, which is going to be Mara Cyber, and put our password. Okay, so our password is here. Let's make sure that I put the right password here and click on OK. There you go. So we are back, we are logged back in with the new user that we created. Okay, so now what we want to do next is going to be creating users that we're going to be also using to exploit this machine right here. So that's our next step here. Okay, now we want to go to start, go to Windows Administrative Tool, as you can see here, and when you are here in our Windows Administrative Tools, you want to go down where you say active, okay, and then now you want to click on that, come back here into AD Lab, and it's basically the process that we did earlier. We're kind of repeating the same process. You come into right click on here, click on new, and go to user. Okay, so it's basically the same thing that we did earlier. Okay, so now this is the two new users that we're going to create. Okay, so now you can choose whatever name that you like here. I'm just going to use Sheriff, which is my first name here, and last name I'm gonna put last name. You can choose something here, and then we have Sheriff here and Sheriff Cyber. Okay, and click on next, and then here we want to make sure to write also our password. Again, make sure to remember the password and repeat the password, confirm the password here. And when the password is confirmed, and then uncheck, you want to check first password never expire, and uncheck the user must change the password. Okay, so we need to uncheck that, and then check also user cannot change the password. Okay, and then click next, and then finish. Okay, so now as you can see, we have Sheriff Cyber right there, and then we are logged in as Mara Cyber. Okay, so those are the first two that we have. Remember, the Mara Cyber is like an administrator user, but the Sheriff Cyber is gonna be like that one that we're gonna use to exploit this machine. But now what we want to do next, we want to go ahead and create again another user. Okay, so now we repeat the same process again. Come here, give it a name, and let's see, let me just do Alwali, and do Alwali, and make sure to type Alwali here. Right, okay, so we have to confirm the password here, and then confirm the password, uncheck user user must change password, and then we uncheck that, and we want to make sure to check user cannot change the password, check user cannot password, and then check password never expire, and then click on next and go to finish. And then as you can see, we have the two new users, which is Sheriff Cyber and Mara Cyber. And then now what we want to do here, let's click on Windows. Now we want to hold on here, let me explain here a little bit. So now we want to open our PowerShell, but the PowerShell that we're going to open is going to be administrator PowerShell. So it's going to be the administrator PowerShell. So the reason we're doing this command right here is to change the execution, the shell execution by bypassing, allowing script to run without restriction. Okay, Now we want to make sure that our machine is vulnerable. That's the reason why we're doing this command line that we're going to run on our PowerShell. Okay, so there is two commands that we need to run. So I will make sure to put this command in the description of the video. If you need it, you will find it there. And the first command is change the PowerShell execution by passing, allowing all script to run without restriction. And the second command line that we're going to be doing here, this command line, it just help us download and execute script that we will need. Okay, so now I will make sure to have those script and inside of the video description. Okay, let's go ahead and let's go now. So here you want to type this command line, and for me I had to type it because it didn't really give me the option to copy and paste it, so it gave me a little bit hard time. So there is some configuration that I need to do. Okay, so now the first command is going to be set and under hyphen here execute. Okay, execution, and here execution, set execution policy space hyphen execute. Okay, execution policy bypass. Okay, so this is the first command that we need to run, and bypass and then hyphen force. This is the first command right here, and then you want to type on enter, and then now it's time for us to do the second one, the second command that we're gonna run. Again, I will try to copy this command and paste it in the description, so you don't have to write it as like what I did. So I had to write it down, but now here we can just copy and paste it if your system mine didn't let me copy paste. So now this is the second command that we need to add on. Okay, so this second command is just help us to download the script that we will need to make this machine vulnerable. Okay, and you don't really have to do this, but if you feel like you need it, you can go ahead and do it. I choose to do it, but it's on the description. It says you don't really have to do it. Okay, so this is the second command that we need. .net .web client and new parentheses is okay, and then space dot download. Okay, download and string parentheses. All right, so you have parentheses, and yeah, I'm just making sure that I have the whole script right because I don't want to make a mistake, because it's a long script. So be patient with me here, and like I said, I will try to copy. I will try to have this link, this comment inside the description. You don't have to worry about it. You can just copy and paste it on your PowerShell and run it, so it should be fine. All right, so this is the GitHub. This is the location where this file is getting. We're getting this file from this location, right, which is the GitHub use. Okay, user userscontent.com. So again, just make sure that you have the right command. If not, it's gonna mess up your it's not gonna let you go through. Okay, so just make sure that to have this one, the right command line, because there's a lot of information that you don't want to miss anything. Okay, so vulnerable. Okay, vulnerable -ad plus here It's a long command though. It is very long, and I'm making sure that I have everything. Plus, okay, that yes, okay, it's come almost done. All right, then now close the parentheses. Then when you're done, you wanna click enter on your keyboard. Okay. All right, let's just finish up here. Place again. This comment right here, we're just making the system vulnerable. That's the reason why. So that will help us with this hacking that we want to do and stuff like that. So this comment will allow us, you know, to make it happen. Okay. So it's very important to, you know, make sure that you have this command right if you choose to make your system, your machine vulnerable side. So this is not my main machine, so that's the reason why I don't mind. So I try to I wanted to go through everything. So right, ad dot lab. Okay. So the ad lab, you can replace it if you had your different name on your lab. You can just enter that. But if you have ad lab like mine, you can just enter here ad lab. Okay. So you don't really have to choose the ad lab unless you're the ad, that's what you set up early on in the beginning of this project. Okay. So okay, we're almost done. This all right. And then now when you're done, you want to click on enter. Okay. Almost there. Okay, now this is okay. Let's make sure that I have a system.net and new. Okay, and new parentheses open, download string, and then this is the link that where we wanna new download string, and we have the link that we're gonna get this. Okay, just there is a space that I think is good, but you won't know until we run the command. If I miss something, the command won't go through, it's gonna fail. But you know, let me change this, go all the way back here. Okay, there you go. I think there was extra space there. Now it looks good. Let's see. Good. Vision vulnerable -ad plus okay. Looks like we'll make sure that we have it place change me where our ad lab Invoke-Expression. Okay, making sure that we have it right. Okay, and like I said earlier, I will post it on the description, so you don't have to worry about the content. My system didn't let me copy and post it here, but hopefully yours is not going to be like that. So, and you get and execution. Okay, looks good. So now here, what you want to do, you want to type again enter and your keyboard. Okay, now let's try that and see what we have. Invoke-Expression. I feel like I'm missing something here. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing something because it's right up there, but let's try and then see exactly what it's gonna give us. Okay, you wanna type enter and let's just double check. Okay, there you go. So you see we have a mistake here at line 1. Okay, so line 1 missing. Okay, there is something that I'm missing here. And as you can see, the PowerShell will definitely show you exactly where is the mistake and how you're gonna, and like, you know, where you should fix. But let me see. Let's see. System. Yeah, I will have to run this command again. I have to run it here because the first one didn't really go through. Okay, so let's see if I can copy this and paste it. Okay, I pasted here, and then now I know exactly the problem. So let me go all the way back here. System.net client, and okay, let's see. I think this is the problem right here. Web client. Oh, okay, that's what I was missing. Okay, this is what I was missing right here. If you have to be after client. Okay, there you go. Now it's looking much better. And then enter. There you go. Now our command works perfect. As you can see, now it is downloading right now the script that we needed. Okay, now you just gotta give it a time. Should be coming anytime soon, and when it's done with the download, you will definitely see it here, and we will move into the next steps when it's done. Okay, looks like it's done here. There you go. We have a warning there, but don't worry about it. Just let it do his thing, and it should be restarted when we're done with this. Okay, so now when it restart again, now we will move into our last part of this setup. Okay, so that will be our next step. So it was like a long different series but different part, but I just wanted to make sure to do it like 10 to 15 minute to 20-minute video where we can go through everything easy. It's not going to be too much for us. Okay, so now it's going to restart our machine, and then as you can see, now it is restarting. Okay, and I'm gonna end this video here, and now the next one coming, we're gonna go to the last part, which is we're gonna set up our Windows 10 Enterprise. That's the last part that we're gonna do in this series. Okay, and then after that we move into the next steps. Should be coming back here. Just give it a time. See, give it a time. Should be coming. There you go. Applying computer settings. So yeah. Back up. Give it a time. Working great. Yeah, and then now I'm gonna see you guys into the next video coming. Okay, so this is where I'm gonna end this one, and next one coming, we're gonna just log back in and then finish up the Enterprise 10 that we need to do, and finish those two Enterprise Windows 10 Enterprise, and then from there we'll be, you know, done with this Active Directory. Okay, so I'm gonna see you guys into the next one.